So now we are going to discuss about the exercises. The question number 2, which is do as directed, and in that the first question is write the IUPAC names of the following compound. So I have written the first compound here. So in this compound there is a longest continuous chain of carbons, and there are 5 carbons in the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You cannot select this chain because there is one more carbon which is directly attached to the chain carbons. So there are 5 carbons in the chain. If we mark this chain like this, so this is your main chain, and now these two which are outside the chain are the substituents. So if there are 5 carbons in the chain, your parent will be pentane, but the chain contains a double bond, so now the parent will be pentene. So if you have to number the carbons from the chain, you can number them from left hand side or from right hand side. So if you number them from left hand side, 1, 2, 3. So double bond comes between second and third carbon. If you number them from this carbon, double bond comes between 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we can prefer left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the double bond is between 2 and 3. So this parent is pentene and position of double bond is 2. So we can write pent 2 in at the end. Now these are the two substituents. One is methyl, another one is bromo. Alphabetically bromo comes first, so I'll write bromo, and then comes methyl. Now we have to mention the position of bromo. Bromo is present on 4th carbon, so it will be 4 here hyphen, but methyl is present at 3rd carbon, so it is 3 and hyphen. Name will be 4 bromo 3 methyl pent 2 in. Okay, so this is the second compound I have written. Now this is this simple straight chain of carbon, and this is your main chain. So I have marked the chain, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons in the chain. So parent will be pentane. There is no any double bond, so you can write pentane at the end of the name. Now along with the main chain there are 2 substituents which are not included in the chain, so they are outside the chain, and they are chloro and methyl. So alphabetically chloro comes first, so I will write chloro, and then comes methyl. Now we have to mention the position of both the substituent. So for that you have to number the chain carbons. If you number from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So chloro comes at 2nd position and methyl comes at 3rd position. If you number from right hand side, chloro comes at 4th position. So we are preferring chlorine. So we will number this chain from left hand side. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the position of chlorine is 2. So it is 2 chloro, and that of methyl is 3. So it is 3 methyl. So name will be 2 chloro 3 methyl pentane. The third compound here we have written, in this particular compound there is a ring present which is of cyclohexane. So parent here is cyclohexane. So I have written the name cyclohexane at the end. Now there are 2 substituents, one is chloro, another one is ethyl. So obviously according to alphabetical order, chloro comes first, so we will write here chloro, and then comes ethyl. Now we have to mention the position. So numbering should start with chlorine. It is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So chlorine is present at 1st carbon and ethyl is present at 4th carbon. So name will be 1 chloro 4 ethyl cyclohexane. The 4th compound parent here is benzene. So we will write benzene at the end. Now there are 3 substituents. 2 are chloro and 1 is methyl. So according to alphabetical order, chloro will come first, but there are 2 chloro, so we have to write dichloro. D is not considered in the alphabetical order, C is to be considered because name is chloro, but if there are two chlorines, it is called dichloro. And another substituent is methyl. So now we have to mention the position of substituent. For that you have to number the carbons. If you number from this, it will become 1, 2, 3 and 4. So position will be 1, 3 and 4. And if you number from this carbon, it will become 1, 2 and 4. So this is another option. So according to Loesch-Lockhart rule, we have to select the position which gives minimum number. So if you consider 1, 3, 4, the sum will be 8. And if you consider 1, 2, 4, the sum will be 7. So we will consider this particular numbering. So we will number it from this carbon 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now the position for chlorine will be 1 and 4. So we have to write 1, 4 dash dichloro, and that for methyl is 2. So it is 2-methyl, and the name is 1,4-dichloro-2-methyl-benzene. Second question in do as directed is to write the major product in each of the following reaction. So I have written the first reaction here. In this particular reaction, this alkyl halide is to be treated with sodium iodide in presence of acetone to give the product, and we have to write the major product. This is the example of halogen exchange reaction, and simply in this particular reaction we have to replace chlorine from the alkyl halide by iodine, and NaCl will be the byproduct. So compound will be CH3 remains as it is, CH remains as it is, only CH3 is there, and CH2. So alkyl group remains as it is, just replace chlorine by iodine and remove NaCl. So this will be the product. If you give the name to this particular compound, you have to number this chain from this carbon 1, 2, 3. If 3 carbons are there, it is propane, and these 2 are the substituents. One is iodo, another one is methyl. So obviously iodo comes first, and then methyl. It is present on first carbon and methyl is present on second carbon. So 1-iodo 2-methyl propane is the name, and this will be the major product of this reaction. In the second reaction, there is alkyl halide and it is treated with antimony fluoride. So this is also an example of halogen exchange reaction, or you can call it a Schwarz reaction, because here bromine is to be replaced by fluorine. Generally we use silver fluoride as the fluorinating agent, but here we are using SbF3 or antimony fluoride. So simple, you have to replace bromine by fluorine. So your product will be CH3CH2F. Instead of bromine you have to write F, and if there are 3 fluorines here, it will be 3. So for that it is 3. That is the balancing, and this bromine will be removed with antimony. So it is antimony tribromide, and this is your product. Simply you can call it ethyl fluoride, or if you give the IUPAC name, it is fluoroethane. This is the third reaction in which alkene is to be treated with HBr in presence of peroxide. So this is hydrohalogenation or particularly hydrobromination in presence of peroxide. So we are adding H plus and Br minus across the double bonded carbons. So first of all we will mark the double bonded carbons, and now you have to send hydrogen to one carbon and bromine to another carbon. Normally when HBr is added to an unsymmetrical alkene, then negative part, that means bromine will go to the carbon which carries less number of hydrogens. But now that the reaction is carried out in presence of peroxide, the negative part will go to the carbon which carries more number of hydrogens. So now it will go to the carbon which carries 2 hydrogens, and then the hydrogen goes to the carbon which carries only 1 hydrogen. The rest of the structure remains as it is. So I will write it as it is. Here CH will become CH2 as hydrogen goes to that carbon. Double bond is converted to single bond and CH2 becomes CH2Br. So this is your product, major product. When HBr is added in presence of peroxide, this is called peroxide effect or Kharash effect. If you name this compound, this will be the chain which is of 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbons. So parent is butane. If you number them 1, 2, 3 and 4, numbering should be started from this end because this is the carbon carrying halogen. So it is the butane on which bromo and methyl, which are not included in the carbon chain, so they are the substituents. So bromo comes first and then methyl, and the position of bromo is 1 and that of methyl is 3. So name is 1-bromo 3-methyl butane, which is IUPAC name. The fourth reaction is of cyclohexanol. This is the compound named as cyclohexanol when treated with thionyl chloride. So this thionyl chloride is the reagent which is used to replace OH by chlorine. So this is the chlorinating agent, and this particular reaction, cyclohexane ring remains unaffected, just replace OH by chlorine. So whenever the compound having OH group in it, when treated with thionyl chloride, the OH group will be replaced by chlorine. And always remember, whenever thionyl chloride is used, there are the byproducts which are sulfur dioxide and HCl, both are gases. And the compound which is formed is, this is the parent which is cyclohexane and chlorine is the substituent, so chloro cyclohexane. You can write the position, but there is no need to write the number 1 because only one substituent is there. So you can write 1-chlorocyclohexane or simply chlorocyclohexane. In the last reaction, there is toluene or methylbenzene, which on chlorination in presence of dark and iron catalyst, what will be the major product? So simply methyl is orthopara directing group, so it will give the mixture of two products. One which is parachlorotoluene and another will be orthochlorotoluene. Byproduct here, whenever there is chlorination, byproduct is HCl. So out of these two, this one is supposed to be the major product because there is the symmetry and both the groups are away from each other, so hindrance is less. So major product, if you consider, is parachlorotoluene. If you name this compound IUPAC name, parent is benzene, this is methyl and chloro are the substituent. Chloro comes first and then methyl. This will be given first, second, third and fourth. So position of chlorine is 1 and methyl is at 4th position. So 1-chloro 4-methyl benzene. This is the final product. Is complete the following reactions. Here I have written the question as it is given. So when propene, this is the structure of propene, reacts with HBr in presence of peroxide, so again it is anti-Markovnikov addition. Compound which is formed is A, and when this A is treated with alcoholic KOH, it gives B, and you have to identify A and B. So we will start with propene. This kind of reaction is very simple to write because you know the starting material with this structure. So if you write propene as it is and HBr is added to propene, now the reaction is carried out in presence of peroxide. So you have to carry out the addition according to anti-Markovnikov's addition. Negative part, I have marked the double bonded carbons here, and the negative part now will go to the carbon carrying more number of hydrogens. So bromine will go to CH2 and hydrogen will go to CH. CH3 is unaffected. CH3, CH will become CH2 and double bond to single bond, CH2 becomes CH2Br. So this is your first product which is A. and name of this product will be, and this is bromine, so group will be bromide, and the alkyl group is N-propyl, so name is N-propyl bromide, or you can give IUPAC name 1 2 3, it is propane, and substituent is bromo, so bromopropane or 1-bromopropane. This A, when treated with alcoholic KOH, this is the reagent which is used for elimination. If this KOH was aqueous KOH, then only bromine will be replaced by OH, but now that the KOH is alcoholic KOH, there will be dehydrohalogenation, which is an elimination reaction. So in presence of alcoholic KOH, this halogen will be removed along with hydrogen. So halogen is present on this CH2 carbon, and this carbon now will be called alpha carbon, and next to alpha is beta. If the halogen is removed from alpha carbon, hydrogen is to be removed from this carbon. So now the product will be, don't write product here, you have to consider a new chain. So here CH3 remains unaffected, halogen is removed from this carbon and hydrogen from this, so this CH2 becomes CH, and CH2Br will become only CH2, and there is a formation of double bond between alpha and beta. So after the addition of alcoholic KOH, the compound which is formed is propene. So simply you are starting with propene and you are getting final product also is propene. So A is N-propyl bromide and B is propene. In the second reaction, there is a compound which is given, and this compound, which is enol actually, because alcohol having double bonded carbon, is treated with red phosphorus in presence of bromine to give A, which on treatment with silver oxide gives B. So we will write the reaction as it is given. Wrong structure is given in your book, because there should not be any hydrogen present on this carbon, as carbon is tetravalent. So I will write the starting material C double bond CH2 and OH here. When it is treated with red phosphorus with bromine, togetherly they are phosphorus tribromide, and use of this phosphorus tribromide is to replace OH group by bromine. So the OH group will be replaced by bromine. This is the first step product, which is A. And in second step, when silver oxide with water, which is also called moist silver oxide, it is togetherly considered as silver hydroxide, and role of silver hydroxide is to replace halogen by OH. So remaining structure remains as it is, and again here OH is to be added on the carbon. So replacement of bromine by OH. This is the compound B. If you want to give the name to this compound, 1 2 3 propane, and because of double bond it is propene, and on second carbon bromine is there, so 2-bromopropene is the compound A. And if you want to number this carbon, this particular compound, then 1 2 3, and now the this is the final product B. If you want to give the name, it will be 1 2 3. So parent is propane, but functional group present is alcohol, so now it will become propanol, but there is also double bond, so now it is propanol. And 1 2 3, so we will give name to this compound. So first of all, it is propene. I have not written E because it is to be replaced by OH group, so it will become propanol, and OH group is present at second position, so propene 2 all. So name is propene 2 all. Then there is an alkyl halide which is to be treated with sodium in presence of diether. So these are the reagent used for Wurtz coupling reaction, and you know in Wurtz coupling reaction the alkyl group gets coupled with itself. So this is the alkyl group, which is neopentyl group. So we will write the group as it is. It is CH3, CH3, CH3 and CH2, and couple this group as given. So it is CH2, C, CH3, CH3, CH3. Chlorine is removed with sodium as NaCl, and the compound which is formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is the chain which is of 6 carbon. There is no double bond, so it is hexane. And group which are not in the chain are substituents. So there are 4 substituents. All of them are same, which are methyl. If there are 4 methyl, you have to use the prefix tetra. So tetramethylhexane. Now mention the position of methyl groups. For that, number the carbons. If you number them from left hand side, methyl comes at second position. If you number them from right hand side, it is coming at second position. So basically it is the symmetrical structure. You can number them from any side. So if you number them from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 2 methyl groups are present at second position. You have to write 2, 2. And another 2 are present at fifth position. So 5, 5. Separate the numbers by comma, and the number and letter is separated by hyphen. So name is 2255 tetramethyl hexane, which is the Woods coupling product. Last compound which is given is chlorobenzene when treated with magnesium in presence of dry ether. So these are the reagent used for Grignard reaction, and Grignard is the simple addition reaction. In this particular reaction, carbon and halogen bond breaks and magnesium is added to the carbon and it between the carbon and halogen. So break the bond and add magnesium here and then chlorine. So this is chlorobenzene, and the compound which is formed is phenyl magnesium chloride, which is called Grignard reagent. Okay.